The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that Brooke and Ridge's marriage could fall apart. Things certainly haven't been easy for this couple. There's a lot of love between them, but several issues have made their latest reunion difficult. First, there was Ridge's strange attraction to Quinn. He was attracted to a woman he previously hated, so that says a lot about how weak Ridge was. Their relationship grew stronger after Ridge settled down and won Brooke back, but the road still hasn't been easy. Liam's relationship turmoil brought another round of trouble for Ridge and Brooke. Ridge was firmly in Steffi's corner throughout all that. Brooke naturally sided with Hope, who's the current winner in Liam's love saga. Alas, more daughter drama's brewing. This time it'll be due to Steffi and Hope's lines at Forrester Creations. Ridge will land in the position of choosing between them. He'll try to focus on the business angle, but it should be tough to leave emotion out of his decision. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Brooke will grow frustrated. Hope's finally got it all, so Brooke won't want her to lose the hope for the future line. Ridge, on the other hand, should be worried about adding to Steffi's misery. Unfortunately, that won't be the last source of contention for Ridge and Brooke. Their biggest obstacle could come in the form of Bill Spencer. Despite Brooke's feelings for Ridge, part of her will always love Bill. That's why this custody case will really leave her riled. Brooke will be determined to help Bill keep his rights to Will. Next week, Brooke will meet up with Bill and voice her support. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say a secret pact will be made. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. It's never a good idea to go around keeping secrets with your ex, especially when that ex is your husband's enemy. Ridge hates Bill's guts, so he's not going to be pleased when this shocker's exposed. B&B fans can expect this feud to heat up. There's a good chance Ridge and Bill will end up going to war. If Bill and Brooke start to reconnect, Ridge could once again find himself fighting for Brooke's heart. Will he lose that battle? Will Brooke fall prey to Bill's good looks and sneaky charm? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say this love triangle could be revived, so stay tuned for all the mayhem. We'll give you updates as other B&B news comes in. At Forrester, Thorne discussed designs with Hope and Liam. The fabrics Hope wanted to use were expensive, but she hoped they'd get a budget increase. Liam said they also could get grant money for their women's causes. Hope told Thorne that she'd expected Katie to have a marketing strategy ready, and Thorne said he'd get an update on it. Thorne left, and Hope expressed how glad she was that Liam was still working with the line. Liam was surprised she wasn't sick of seeing him yet. As the two kissed, Steffi arrived to inquire about the ultrasound. Liam and Hope excitedly explained how things had gone. Steffi said that she was really happy for them. Hope showed Steffi the sonogram, and the three laughed about Dr. Phillips' reaction to Liam being at the appointment with Hope. Steffi received a call from the nanny, who relayed that the baby had a fever. Steffi said she'd be there as soon as possible. After the call, Steffi told Hope and Liam the issue, and Liam decided to go with Steffi. In the corridor, Thorne called Katie about the marketing material Hope wanted. Katie stammered that she was still working on it. Thorne offered to buy her time so that she could keep mulling over the custody decision. Later, Thorne was in a meeting with Ridge, Quinn, and Brooke. Quinn wanted to see the marketing strategy Katie had for the HFTF jewelry pairings. Thorne said that Katie was working on it, among other things. Ridge assumed that Katie was really going after full custody. The shocked Quinn asked when that had started. Later, Ridge was asking Brooke if she really thought Bill should be able to swoop in to see Will whenever Bill was between obsessions. Quinn listed the skyscraper and Steffi as examples. Thorne remarked that it was when they'd noticed the problem, and whenever Bill showed up, a light within Will seemed to go out. Though Will missed his father, he shut down in Bill's presence and didn't want to see Bill. Ridge replied that Will shouldn't have to see Bill. Brooke stated that Bill was the father. Ridge didn't know why Brooke was defending Bill, who was the reason Will was having problems. Quinn didn't blame Katie and understood that it was hard to have to protect a child from the person the child needed to have a relationship with. After the meeting, Thorne and Ridge worked alone together in the CEO's office and disparaged Bill for not paying attention to Will after putting Will into the world. Thorne agreed with Brooke's sentiment that children needed their fathers. Ridge asked if it was where Thorne stepped in. Thorne said he didn't know. Ridge thought it would be an improvement. Thorne didn't think Ridge was objective about Bill. Ridge contended that he was objective about Thorne, who was a better man than Bill. Thorne said he could pick up the slack and be a good role model, but first, Katie had to stand up to Bill and do what was right for Will. Back in the design office, Hope showed her mother the sonogram photo, and Brooke hugged Hope. Brooke asked where Liam was, and Hope told her mother about Steffi and Liam tending to Kelly's fever. "I see," Brooke replied. Hope said it showed how attentive Liam would be to his and Hope's child. Though Brooke thought that it was sweet and that the threesome was getting along well, Brooke wondered how Hope felt about watching Liam and Steffi function as parents. At the Cliff House, Steffi exited the bedroom after getting Kelly down. Liam remarked that the pediatrician had said to keep monitoring the temperature and alert the office if things changed. Steffi was glad the fever wasn't that high. Amelia asked if she'd done the right thing in calling Steffi, and Steffi reassured Amelia that she had. Amelia expressed love for the baby, and Steffi said it was why Amelia worked there. Amelia left, and Liam complimented Steffi for wisely choosing the nanny. He remarked that people said it took a village, and he and Steffi were building Kelly's village. Steffi decided to sit with the baby. Liam chose to accompany her, and she said she knew he would. He asked if he was predictable, and Steffi said he was regarding Kelly, whom he'd always be there for. Liam said not to forget it. At Katie's house, Will asked if it had been his father on the phone during the earlier call. Katie said it hadn't been. Will thought it was good. He didn't want to talk to Bill because Bill didn't like him. Katie asked Will if he really believed that his father didn't like him. Will didn't answer. Katie reassured Will that Bill loved the child with all of his heart. Will wasn't sure about it because they'd stopped spending time together. He'd heard the yelling the other day, and he wondered if it had been his fault. Katie asserted that nothing was his fault. They hugged, and Will said he just liked being with her better. There was a knock at the door. Katie assumed it was Andy's mother, but to her surprise, Bill was on the doorstep. Katie asked what he was doing there, and he said he was there to see his son. Entering the house, he asked Will what was up. Will just stared at him. Bill asked how his buddy was. Will said he was okay, but he didn't understand why Bill was there. Bill said he'd had an urge to see his son, and Will asked why. Bill said that Will was the best kid in the world, and spreading his arms as wide he could, Bill said he loved Will at least that much. Bill stated that Will was entitled to be mad at Bill for not being there, but Bill needed a chance to make it up. Bill wanted to start right then by giving Will undivided attention. He asked how school was going. Will said it didn't start for a week. Bill guessed he should have asked how the summer was going. Bill wanted Will to go back to the house and tell Bill all about it. Bill recalled that Will liked to play in the pool. Will replied that he was going to Andy's house. Bill suggested that Will reschedule it for the next day. Will stared at Katie. Katie told Bill that Will was looking forward to going to Andy's, and she and Will hadn't known Bill would show up. Will asked if he could get his backpack. Bill stated that it was okay, and they'd do it another time. Will went upstairs, and Bill murmured sarcastically that it had gone well. Katie said she was sorry. Bill felt that it was his own fault. She didn't blame Bill because he didn't know what he was doing and had tunnel vision sometimes. Carter arrived, and Bill asked why he was there. Katie thought that Bill had to see the impact of his absence. Will had built up a huge wall and didn't want to spend time with Bill. Bill replied that he couldn't imagine that after all the talking and reaching out he'd done, she'd use the temporary issue between him and his son as a reason to pursue full custody. Later, Katie was standing in the doorway as a car started up outside. She said farewell to her son and closed the door. Bill lit into Katie about considering full custody. Katie said she'd try to understand and explain it to Will, but she really didn't get how an obsession with Steffi could cause Bill go to missing for months. Katie couldn't keep telling Will that Bill would make it up to Will the next time because, instead of making it up the next time, Bill would hurt Will again.